Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome to the very first results of the very first Dust Brigade banner art contest thing. Anyways, these are the people who won the contest, and I'm going to be showing off every submission here, not just those who won, so let's get started. Just to let you guys know, I was a little worried about this at first, because I wasn't really getting any submissions for the longest time, and I was worried that I was gonna have to like default the contest to the two people who submitted things, but then all of a sudden, right before the deadline, all these amazing pieces of art just started flooding in, and it was kind of crazy. Like, there's just so much stuff you guys put in. But anyways, let's get started with the runner-ups in the contest, meaning if you're in this section, I apologize, but you did not win. That doesn't mean I didn't like your art. I loved every single piece I got. I can't wait just to sit here and talk with you guys about it, because some of these really need to be analyzed. Lastly, if you did send me a banner and it was just made out of a bunch of pre-made art from other people, or maybe pre-made art for a video game, I did not count as a submission. I probably should have said that, to be fair, but I thought it'd be kind of unspoken, the fact that I would host an art contest for people to do art. But basically, if you made a submission and it was just made out of art that others made, I'm not going to count it. So this is the very first entry I actually got, and it made me laugh really hard. And I'm not laughing like everything you did was terrible, I'm laughing at your lack of talent. No, it was actually like just the contents of this made me chuckle super hard. It is like a faux version of my current banner. So we got Niles over here who got turned into Link from The Legend of Zelda with an eye patch. And the little Neff on his shoulder looks super angry. I legitimately thought this was a Windows XP background the first time I saw this hill, by the way. I was like, what is going on here? And then I looked at the rest of it. I was just like, oh, it's amazing. From the prime time for computer time to I think this is just a giant wave in the back. I can't even tell what this is. I just realized that for some reason my computer is holding a dam together, and the dam is keeping all this water from— oh, I try to post every 1 to 2 days. I get it now. This is a weird one to analyze, because to be honest, I don't really know what's going on here. But, it made me chuckle quite a bit, so thank you for the entry. I genuinely really liked it. So this one comes from True Dark Ace, which is a picture of Nox and Andromeda having tea? I don't know. I think it's supposed to be tea, yeah. It would be tea time. And there's not a whole ton going on here, but if there is one thing I can definitely say about it, it's that this is basically how a tea time between them would go. It'd just be morning, they're having a staff meeting, everyone's super tired. You know, Lawrence has her restraining order. Claude put her perfume bomb in the freaking Blue Lion's bathroom. Everything is going crazy, and they're just too tired for it. Thank you for the entry, True Dark. So this is another entry from another Dark Signer Yusei, if I'm saying that right. I have absolutely no idea what is going on here. It is objectively chaos. I think that is Claude hanging from the ceiling. And I think it's supposed to be like Aiba holding up Andromeda. And Velvet's over there threatening to turn you into a sandwich. I don't know, I like the pure chaos of this picture. I have no idea what's going on, and I love it. Thanks for the entry, Dark Signer Yusei. This next one comes in from Nox Kron, if I'm saying that correctly. And man, the first time I saw this one pop up, it was just like, woo, that flash of color. I really like the concept behind this one. You have me in the middle. I'm not sure if you intentionally drew me to look like a Danganronpa murderer, but that's what I look like. And you know what? Seeing as how I hadn't done a face reveal at the time, and Andromeda wasn't even a thing, I don't blame you for doing this. This is actually a super cool way to do it. I really like— I don't know, it's just— I really like the depiction of it, you know? The thing I love about this is you basically separated my genres into two sides. Like, we have all the visual novel people on this side, and then we have a bunch of people from, like, the strategy and JRPGs. I think that's super cool. I don't know, it almost looks like they're preparing for battle. Like, it is Team Logic versus team, I will physically end you. And I love that. My favorite part about the whole thing is how you use these little lines and chords to connect all the characters to this version of me. At least that's what I'm assuming it's supposed to be. Each line kind of going to a different character representing, like, you know, how they're a part of me and how my voice kind of goes through them. At least that's what I thought it was, and I think that is super cool. This entry probably has one of my... It is probably my favorite entry as far as, like, a concept goes, you know? Someone had an idea and they drew it, and I really love this one. Thank you so much, Nox. Next up, we have an entry from Eternal Composer, who's actually a person who's, like, really helped support this channel for a long time, so the fact they even entered is freaking awesome. And, I love this little depiction they have of what a character for me would look like. They originally worked on sprites for a lot of people in the Dust Brigade Discord, and they made a sprite for me that looked really like this one, and I always loved how it looked. Like, it is one of my favorite custom sprites for Fire Emblem. And to see it kind of drawn in a non-sprite form is really cool. I think you're the only person... Yeah, I want to say you're really the only person who's kind of taken the banner aspect into consideration. I don't mean like, oh no, everyone's banners are bad because they didn't think about this, but like, it looks like a YouTube banner, you know? You have, well, I do here, like Voices, Stories, Adventures, Andromeda. I suppose that is a feature. That is a feature of the channel now. But, yeah, I think it's... Oh, I love this, just 'cause it's super cool. I think you went for like a Xenogears type font on purpose, because you know I love that game, which is amazing. Like, that's the feel I get from it. Yeah, I absolutely love this entry. It's so happy and simple, you know? Thanks, Eternal Composer. I always really love your art. So this next entry comes from Siege. I believe that's how you say your name. I've never got it right, but they were actually the first person to ever draw art for this channel. If you remember the little banner I had where I looked kinda, or not banner, but my profile picture I looked kinda like this, and I had the Ace Attorney outfit on, that actually came from them, so that's super cool that they entered in the contest, and I always appreciate anything they enter. In their tweet along with the game, they said, my entry for the hashtag Duskart contest idea is to represent the main game themes, or main game genre / themes played on the channel and not so much the games themselves. I was like, oh cool, I really love this one. I think that is actually supposed to be Jehuti. You know, I think it's awesome I actually got an entry with a Jehuti in it, if that is what it's supposed to be. I can't really tell because I don't remember Jehuti's design exactly right off my head, but that is the only thing I feel that fits that, so that is awesome if so. Super cool that you decided to include that. Over here we have kind of the Ace Attorney side, where we have this lady. I don't know if that's supposed to be Athena? I haven't played that game yet, but if it is Athena, then, you know, I think that's cool. If not, then it's a cool OC character. I don't really know which one this is. It's like the logical side of my LPs and like the visual novelesque. On this side we have the more like RPG style games over here. I think that's really cool that you decided to kind of try to represent the main themes of the channel. I also really love the border you put on it. This is a really pretty looking border on the left and right side. I know you guys can't see my mouse cursor, and I'm doing my best to just zoom around these photos in OBS, but I can only do so much. Overall, I love the entry. Thank you for the piece of art. Sage, so I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. Always love receiving pieces of art from you. Next up, we have a piece from Vanilla Teacup. And man, do I love the look of this one. I love the painted look behind everything. I love the way you did the background, how it's just kind of this dark purple and cyan gradient leading into this freaking just centerpiece, I'd say. The moon behind. I love the... I just love the look of this one. We have Nephany over here carrying Aiba over her head. Getting ready for murder! Most likely. We have Niles with our good old doggo here. I think Niles is shooting an arrow into the Dust Brigade sign for practice, and it has the little moon trinket on it. That's on, it's also on Andromeda's hat. He's over here. We'll talk about that in a second. We also have Edgeworth looking at Onyx, and I see the pathetic meme is just implanted onto there. We have Angie probably giving a giant tirade about Atua, and in the middle of listening to her, it looks like Niles missed a shot and accidentally hit Andromeda's pancakes, and she's freaking out. She hates it. At the very end, we have Maki talking to Ignatz, and he's like, "Look, this is a super cool sword. It shoots lightning." And she's like, "I don't know. It sounds kind of inefficient, honestly." He's like, "Oh, okay." So just to let you know, my opinion is just my opinion, of course, and even if you didn't win, that doesn't mean you're a terrible artist or anything. Honestly, I think all of you are going to be amazing if you continue with your art. So I just want you guys to know that even if you didn't win, I appreciated your art immensely. Every single piece I got, I was so excited to receive, and I can tell, for a lot of you, if you continue drawing, you're going to be amazing. Don't worry, you're amazing right now, but if you continue and keep practicing, you guys are going to be freaking fantastic artists. That's all I can say. So all those in the runner-up, although you don't get like a place in one of my banners, or you don't get a monetary prize, you will be displayed in my Twitch loading screen, which means if I ever have to take a break on Twitch, it's actually going to be a slideshow of a bunch of your art. So you guys will still be a part of the channel in that way. Thank you for entering. And now on to the top 3, which were very hard for me to pick. Just letting you know, if you did win, the banner's not going to change for a day or two, just that way I can keep you guys in on the surprise. And I will be sending out the gift card codes via DM on Twitter, so make sure you keep your DMs open on Twitter so I can do so. So, I've actually added a 3rd place slot because it was so hard to pick between just 2, and 3rd place will actually be receiving a $25 Amazon gift card, and they will be my Twitch banners. Honestly, with Twitch's new layout, I don't even know if Twitch banners are still a thing, but if they are, you're gonna be up there, so congratulations. So 3rd place goes to Shiro Kyoto. This piece is probably the most active piece out of them all, and what I mean by that is everything seems like it's in motion. Nothing seems like it's still, and that's what really made me give it the 3rd place slot. There's so many things going on, and it feels like they're just happening at once and naturally. So we actually have the Hoffen back there with Miles behind it. I think that's Miles. I can't really tell, honestly. There's a little sewer grate right here, which it's open. I don't know what it's supposed to mean exactly. There's a giant X on it. I don't know if that's supposed to be XCOM. I can't tell, but if it is, that's cool. I don't know if Claude crawled out of it or not, but that's what it looks like right now. So Claude's talking to Aiba, who's just riding a duck for fun, as it's totally something she would do. We have Riley in the back here, just freaking... I don't know what she's doing. I think she's making something. Probably more explosives or setting up mortars. I honestly can't tell from this distance. All I know is it's Riley, so it's probably going to... Oh, now I see it. We have Claude in the center, who actually came through here for some reason and crawled up through the sewer as a tactical plan to get to this Dust Brigade picnic. We have Raz, who just looks really confused. I don't know what thing he's looking at. I think he's looking at Flane over there with a fish. We have Lysithea on the front just screaming, because, you know, she does that sometimes. We have Lorenz and Date drinking tea together. I think Date's rolling around Aiba on the table. That's what it looks like. There's Iris and Hilda talking together, which honestly, I feel like they'd be best friends. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling. Then we have Nox over here, which it looks like someone broke his tea set on the ground. I can't quite tell, but I think it's a tea set or something like that, and he just dropped it and it shattered. He looks tortured right now. And there's Niles in the back. I actually just noticed him. I didn't even see him before. I can't quite tell what he's doing. Maybe he has a slingshot and he broke Nox's teacup. And then we have Flane in the water. But man, something I just love about this picture is just how alive and natural it feels. Everyone feels like they're doing something, but it feels like a thing they would do. And it feels like it's all happening at once in some sort of chaos, you know. So that's why I chose your entry for the 3rd place of the Dust Brigade banner art contest. Congratulations, Shiro. You are 3rd place. And the 2nd place winner of the Dust Brigade art contest is... So, the reason I picked Iodize as the 2nd place winner is, well, there's a few. First of all, they took advantage of the fact that it's kind of a banner in that they kind of kept it simple, you know? And they made it work too. There's not a lot going on with the background. It's a very just kind of little minimalistic thing. But I think each character and what they're doing, on top of their expressions, just conveys everything that needs to be conveyed about them. You have Date and Niles in this left side, and Date's looking at Niles like, "Oh, that's a really cool eye patch. I wonder if I could get one of those." And you have Aiba freaking out. She's like, "No, please don't put an eye patch on. I won't be able to see. Don't replace me." Oh, I find that so hilarious. We have Andromeda front and center, being a little gremlin actually, below a spot that's meant for text. So they also gave me a textless version, but I thought I'd include this because it's a really cool feature. Here we have Nox, Ike, and Onyx standing together in their little group. Nox is just rallying for his students, his golden deer with the yellow flags and yellow heart, and he looks super disappointed and stoic as always. Ike's just collecting all of his swords, and that's Path of Radiance Ike too, so it's just when he started the game. And then you have Onyx over there who's just like, "I don't know what I'm doing here." And the funny thing is, Onyx is in the banner twice. Because on this very right side we have Valkyria Chronicles with Alicia and Welkin. Welkin looks like he's writing about bugs and stuff, and Alicia's just like, "Who's this guy?" And Onyx is running through. He's like, "Hey, it's me, but less military." As I said, I'm not like a true judge of amazing artness or anything like that. That's not even a word. I just made that up. But damn, do I love this entry. The simplisticness and the expressions on everyone's faces, what they're all doing, where they're all placed. It looks like they're part of some, I guess, picture, you know? Like the background is actually where they're located despite not being a physical place like a building. I really love this entry. So congrats, Iodize, you are 2nd place for the contest. And you will be the new Twitter banner. Thanks for the piece. Now, number 1 in the Dust Brigade art contest. The position that will be showing as my YouTube banner for a very long time to come goes to Skylaria, if I'm saying that correct. But good God, this piece absolutely blew me away. When I saw this pop up in my notifications, I think I jumped out of my chair and kind of ran around the room like a child. I was so excited. The amount of detail that went into every single character and the amount of personality in this image is just... it's mind-boggling. The way the characters are shaded, the way that none of them feel any less important than a different character on the screen. Well, maybe except for Andromeda up front, but she's doing her best. Going from left to right here, we have Cat and Raven and Unica and Dusty in the middle. I didn't expect Gravity Rush to get so much, I guess so much attention here, but it's always been one of those series that I've held dearly and close to my heart. I'm surprised to see Unica drawn in any of these entries, actually. She's such a minor character, but I liked her quite a bit, so I can't say that makes me sad in any way. I guess the weightlessness of the image also helps it, because it's like, it makes sense because Cat and Raven are shifters, and it looks like Raven's just flying around. Next to that, we have Date and Aiba. We have Date just kind of like, oh boy, here we go again. With Aiba behind him in the sky, just relaxing and being kind of, I guess, arrogant. Falsely arrogant is the way I describe Aiba. Here we have Chrom and Onyx in probably the most them image I've ever seen, where Onyx is holding a tome upside down, it looks like. Because you can see magic written upside down on the bottom of the tome, and when I saw that, I chuckled quite a bit. Crom's just like, are you sure you're studying the right book? Of course I am. I learned that I need to turn the oven to 400 degrees before I start baking these cookies. And then we also have Maribel up front, who is just done with Onex's shit right now. I can't tell exactly what she's angry at, but that's definitely an expression she would make. Behind that, we have Niles, who's just a character I like. That's a funny thing, is Niles isn't exactly like a part of the channel, but people realize how much I like him and they draw him in everything. We have Niles just being, you know, himself. And here was something I was baffled to see in any entry. So a lot of people may not know who this character is. They thought... I had several, not really friends, but I had people come up to me and be like, what is this? This girl right here, it took me a minute to realize who this was, because I'm like, which character is this? This doesn't look right. I can't think of who this character is. And then I was looking at some of my earlier Monster Hunter streams a few days later, and I realized they actually put in my Monster Hunter character into the channel banner. Which is kind of crazy, speaking that I've only streamed Monster Hunter about 5 times. But that's awesome. I never thought I'd see that drawn anywhere, ever. You know, it's kind of nutty, to be honest. We have Claude hanging from the ceiling with what I can only assume is a beaker, like he's preparing some sort of concoction. He's carefree as always, upside down. On the very right side, we have Bernadetta and Nox just relaxing. Well, I mean, Nox looks relaxed. He looks very calm as always. But then we have Bernie, and she's freaking out. She's so adorable in this picture. I love it. And then this is the idea that really hits it home. As I said, Andromeda wasn't going to have, like, I said Andromeda wouldn't have, like, a bearing on the contest. Like, no one's gonna win purely because Andromeda's in the picture, and that's obviously not why this won, because there's so much going on. But this image of Andromeda just carefully writing the channel name into a piece of glass, like it's being written on your screen after she's breathed on it. I cannot express how much I love this little tidbit. It is such a good... It's such a good idea, you know? It's such a creative way to fit the channel name into the banner, you know? I can't express how much I love this. All in all, you somehow managed to capture everything I wanted to see in a banner without me needing to say it, and doing more. So, congratulations, Skylaria. You are the winner of the Dust Brigade Art Contest. And you will be the channel banner within a matter of days. So that concludes our channel banner contest. Congratulations to our 3 winners. Congratulations to, and thank you for everyone who made anything at all. Like, I was a little worried that I wouldn't even have enough people to make this thing, and it's just like, it's amazing what you guys are doing. You guys, as I said earlier in the video, you guys are all going to be amazing. You're amazing right now, but you're going to be even better in the future if you keep doing this. By this I mean creating art in general. Seeing all these entries, I wish I had more I could give you guys. I wish I had more of like a reward pool to kind of divvy out to everyone, because so many of these pieces deserve so much more than I could possibly give you. But yes, thank you for entering, and if you didn't win, don't feel disheartened. If I ever hit 20k subscribers, which I really hope I do someday, I'm not sure if I'll do 20k or maybe 30k, but I want to do another art contest in the future, but it's not going to be for a long while, because I definitely want a lot more people around on the channel, and a lot more people entering, you know? And if you guys ever want to send in art that's not for a contest, just do it the same way you've done it now. Just at me on Twitter, put the art in there, do the thing, and I will love it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for entering, and I'm just gonna keep making videos the best I can, because that's all I can really do to pay some of this amazing art back. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Riding out.